Adventure Awaits came out about 2 months ago now, I think, and I don't particularly like the pack, I'm not gonna lie. I had higher hopes when I saw the trailer, and then when it actually like came into the game, or like when I saw more like kind of reveal about it, I was kind of just like, it's not for me. Like none of the gameplay really goes into my own gameplay. My Sims don't tend to go out and about and stuff, so like it wouldn't really work for me. But the idea of the retreats was a nice idea, similar to like businesses and hobbies. That one, similar like idea, but like I would like building certain things with it. So I built a Stargazing Retreat. This was a couple weeks ago, not long after the pack first came out. I think like the first week the pack came out, so it's a little bit older of a video. But yeah, I really liked what I came up with. So let's have a look at what I did. So I started off in like the big naturey lot. I can't remember what's actually there by default. I think it's just like a park or something. But I started off up there because I wanted to do like a stargazing retreat, which if you don't really have any idea with what that is literally just like middle of nowhere, dark skies or like dark area, and you just look at the sky. So I wanted to build something like that, and I thought that would be a good lot for it because it seems like the lot is kind of like higher up on a hill. It looks like it'd be in a really dark area. And that would kind of just be ideal. So my initial plan for this was to have like two kind of cabiny buildings as like the main community areas, like the toilets, the kitchens, the living space, like kind of living room, and then have like kind of tents as the rooms, like as the lodges. And originally I kind of wanted to have just plain old tents. I didn't want to have like anything fancy in them. I wanted them just to be like camping tents, beds, whatever. But I ended up putting like a bathroom in there, and they have like a little kind of, not a living room, they all kind of have like a little the new not new, yeah, is there a new kettle? I think we've got like a kettle from the early purchase stuff. It's like a kettle in there. It's got like the little tea station that came with the pack, like the little tray with like tea bags and things like that in it. And because they was big enough, I did end up putting an individual bathroom in all of them, so they're kind of like luxury tents. I feel like they'd be like the sort of tents where you kind of have like some sort of like wooden platform. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of more like pallets, like, you know, like pallet wood and stuff. I was thinking maybe have like a base of them so you're off the ground, so it's kind of a structured tent. And actually thinking about it, when I used to go camping in school, because my school did like a big camping trip every year, and I always went. I think there's only one year I missed out on. One of the times that we went, we actually had a pretty big tent for like, I think like 20 of us all stayed in it, which was a bit much, but that also had its own like kind of raised wooden like floor. I think it was maybe like 4 or 5 inches tall. This, hang on, how much is that? Maybe about 4 or 5 inches. 4 or 5 inches. So that was maybe like that kind of height, and that makes sense because I feel like that would be enough for like a single step for the Sims as well. So I built this little tent. So I'm only going to show you building one of the tents, and well, technically two. So you've got this tent, there's also 3 other tents that are just like this one or pretty close to this one, and then there's also like a luxury like honeymoon suite, which is more of a circular yurt. And then you've got the main community space, which I removed the cabins in the end. I decided to make it a big old yurt. And if you don't know what a yurt is, there will be like, I do kind of show, I think actually in a second, what that is, because my sister recommended, like, oh, about that, like a big circle thing. It's like, oh my god, yes, that'd be so fun. But yeah, in the interest of not making it so repetitive, I only showed you kind of one of these tents and then the honeymoon tent, because they're quite different. But then the other two, well, 2 of the tents are quite similar to this, and the other tent is kind of sideways. This is what a yurt looks like, kinda. So I thought I would show you those ones, and I could just give you a bit more of a tour, because the layouts are most of the same. They're only slightly different. So there wasn't really much point having the footage in, and if I'd left it in, then the voiceover bit would have been like 40 minutes. And I don't know about you, but I cannot sit and yap for 40 minutes about nothing. I can sit and chat shit. I can do that. I can sit and talk like no one's business. But 40 minutes when there's no one else engaging with me is a bit much. Like on stream, 40 minutes, fine. On camera, just with no one else listening to me, 40 minutes, no. So I cut out quite a bit of it. I also cut out a lot of the landscaping. Ow, my hair. I cut out a lot of the landscaping just because it's very repetitive. I was going through debug a lot. I just trying to do all that stuff. And just kind of the finer details I didn't really keep in. So again, I'll give you a tour at the end, obviously, like I always do. But yeah, I really enjoyed how all this came out. So I kind of jump around a lot, so that's kind of annoying. I think after I finished this bit, I started doing the terrain paint and then like kind of mapping things out. there's a big cut there of like me doing the lighting stuff, but that was so tedious doing all that lighting. You did not need to see that. I wanted to have like nice like string lights on the inside. But yeah, I do cut around a lot. The lighting changes a lot. This was a very scatty build for me to try and do. And yeah, so I deleted the huts because I realized, oh wait, that's what the yurt is for. I don't need to do any more huts. And I think I just kind of start mapping out the area. So I wanted to have like 5 different tents. I think it was 5 that I was aiming for. Maybe no, was I aiming for 6? I can't remember. Because I didn't really know much about the setup for retreats. I didn't really know much else. I hadn't seen too much content about it at this point. I'd seen a little bit, but I hadn't really seen anyone actually set the retreat up. So I do include like a little bit of that in here, but not a lot. Like it's so in depth, and I think it's a bit much. Okay, there's 5. There are 5 tents. One of the tents ends up being like the council, like not the counselor, the kind of owner's tent or something, like the kind of staff tent, because you don't necessarily need staff, I don't think, but again, I don't know. And I will say, I haven't play tested this. I actually don't know how well this works, and I was meant to play test this. I just never got around to it. It has been a couple of weeks, and I've been kind of going in between The Sims and Fortnite on streams recently. I've kind of just not been too sure what I wanted to play, and I went for a bit of about a month worth of just I had no idea what to build. I had no clue what I should build, what I wanted to build. I had no inspiration. So I haven't really been wanting to play The Sims a lot recently, just because I'm in that, like, every sim that goes through it, I'm just kind of in it a bit more at the moment, I think. I've had some stuff going on in real life, so I think my motivation and creativity has just been dampened by a little bit of life hitting. So yeah, I'm just setting up the rest of the tent. So those 2 are the regular same size, and then the next one, and then between them, that one's actually sideways because I wanted to have a little bit of difference in there, and plus it was a little bit too long. The space wasn't quite right to fit there of how long I wanted the path to be, so I thought, let's do a sideways one, let's make it look a little bit different. And that's why I went up for that one, for the counselor sort of one. It's not even counselor, the like staff member one, because it's a slightly different layout, and I think it lends for more things inside of it, because I went for bunk beds in that one as well. I don't know if I did single beds. I think I did single beds in another one of the tents, but I did 2 single beds pushed together. So it looks like you could make it into like a twin room or a double room or whatever if you wanted to. So yeah, this one took me about 2 streams to do, but I had a lot of fun with it. And honestly, I would love to go on one of these retreats because I've recently been getting into astronomy and astrophotography. And you need quite dark skies for that, and you need like quite clear skies. And I imagine that this sort of world would have that like sort of environment. I imagine they would have the clear dark skies that you would need, and I don't know, I just thought it was really, really nice, and I would love to go on a stargazing retreat. We're actually going to Tenerife tomorrow, so I'm filming this on Sunday the 23rd, just dating the video, you're welcome. And we're going on Monday the 24th. We're going to Tenerife with my husband's dad. It's his 70th birthday. His dad, not my husband, I'm not he's not that old, but his 70th birthday, and he's kindly paid for us to all go to Tenerife with him just to kind of celebrate his birthday, which has been really fun, or will be really fun. Hence why you're getting a couple of videos out of me, because I feel like I never put videos out until I'm going somewhere. Consider the fact that the last time I put videos out, I was going away for, I think, my dad's like final send-off with his astronomy group. The fact that that was the last time I put a video up, and that was like early September, and I've not put a video up since, so I'm so sorry about that. Like, I literally said in that video, no, it's not in that video. So the video that's coming out before this one I think will be scheduled for Friday. The video that's coming out, that came out on Wednesday for you, I said in that video, I filmed that voiceover weeks ago, like actually weeks ago, and I kept putting off editing the video together. I said in that one, I was like, oh, let's try and get a video out like once every 2 weeks the rest of the year. I'm pretty sure I filmed that voiceover mid-October. Like, I think it's actually been over a month since I filmed that voiceover, and I have no excuse. I have no excuse as to why it's taken me so long. Because the beauty of voiceovers is, like, once I'm done, like, once the video goes and whatever, I just need to take this video clip, put it in, cut out a few awkward gaps, or if I've made a mistake saying things and I said them again, cut that out, and then just make sure that the starting of the clip lines up with the starting of the speed build, and that's basically it. Other than putting in like the little like, comment, subscribe thing, or the subscribe button clicky thing that comes up every now and then, which you've probably already seen if you're paying attention enough to see it. Other than putting that in, and other than like putting the outro song and stuff in, there's no more effort that needs to get done. I literally did that last night and it took me like 20 minutes, and I have no excuse as to why it took me this long to do. So you know, it's just but I'll be kind to myself. I have had a rough time at the moment. I am losing my job in January. We got told in middle of October, actually. So maybe that's why I didn't. We got told in the middle of October that we are losing our jobs. So, and that's myself and my husband. We both work with the same company for the same role, and I can't get into too many specific details, but essentially I work for a call center. They have a contract with a company. That company is withdrawing their contract throughout the whole of the UK. It's not just for us, it's the whole of the UK. So we have nowhere else to go, basically. And the call center that we work for, they don't have any other positions for us. So we had our meetings like over the last couple of weeks and confirming that we are being made redundant. So, you know, it's been kind of a rough time. If it was just one of us losing our job, it wouldn't be as stressful, but because it's both of us losing our jobs, it's very, very stressful. So yeah, it's been a kind of a tough time, as well as the fact that obviously I lost my dad this year. I also lost my gran in January, which I don't think I ever said on YouTube because I wasn't close to my gran, but it still kind of sucks because she was like my last grandparent. So I lost my gran in January, lost my dad in May, and now I'm losing my job in January next year, when I was so excited for this year to be over, like for how shit of a year it's been. I was just waiting for this year to be over, and now I'm losing my job, and I don't really want it to be over because it means we're gonna have no job. So you might see more YouTube videos from me, you might see more live streams from me, so if you want to come and say hi on Twitch, it's always linked in the description below. But I don't know, I've still got a little while to go. Obviously by the time this video's out, it'll be the end of November, and I'm gonna start properly applying for jobs in December, because there's a whole thing of like my contract and my notice period. I have 8 weeks of a notice period, which is a lot. So I'm going to start applying in start of December, when I'm back from holiday, and then maybe go on some job interviews and stuff. So maybe I'll get a job by then, who knows, but I think we'll be fine. I don't think we're going to have like, I don't know, I think we'll be all right. I go through the phases of being like very chill about it and very much like, oh, it'll be fine, and then go through like, oh my god, we're actually going to fucking lose our life. What the hell's going on? We're going to lose our house. I'm going through all this panic. So yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks, especially, and just this year has been shit. So, you know, but I would love to go on one of these retreats though, because I think that'd be really fun. I don't even know why I started that whole tangent, I'm not gonna lie. I think I was talking about like putting more videos up or something, or like how long it's taken me to put this speedboard together or whatever. I don't even know. And then I got into this tangent, so I'm so sorry. I have just completely forgotten. But yeah, I'm also just today a little bit stressed because we, like I said, we're going to Tenerife tomorrow, and I didn't even pack our suitcase until yesterday. We didn't put anything in the wash until the day before. On Friday we put like all our clothes in the wash for it. I packed the suitcase, like folded everything, put the suitcase together. We still haven't got everything in there. We still need to pack like towels, toiletries, like our carry-on bags and stuff. Like we still need to do all that. We haven't even tidied the flat yet. Like I've just done the bathroom today, so we went out to the shops to get like a new pair of shoes for my husband, and just get a few bits and bobs in. And then we got home and I immediately tidied the bathroom, like fully clean the bathroom top to toe, because I don't need to, like we don't need to have it clean because no one's going to be here whilst we're gone. We did ask one of my sisters if she could come up, but she's got her own plans, so that's fine. Hi Kay. So yeah, we did ask her, but you know, no one's staying here, no one's going to be here, but it's going to be nice to come back to a mostly clean flat. And we also come back on December 1st, and I want to put the Christmas tree up. And if it wasn't for the fact that one of our cats loved getting into the Christmas tree and ruining it every year, I would have already put it up. Because if none of our cats bothered with it, because two of our cats never really bother going near the tree, but if all three didn't, then that's fine. But because she likes to climb in the tree, I would get too worried that she might get tangled in the lights, because I've got a sister house sitting, but she's only going to come in like for an hour ish, whatever, a day, just to make sure the cats are fed and fine and whatever. So like I don't want to have them not being attended with the tree and getting tangled or whatever and being stuck for hours or potentially worse. So if it wasn't for that, the tree would already be up, because God knows I need it. I've been prepping for Christmas for weeks already. But yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks, so I do apologise for that. I think that's why I've been playing a lot more Fortnite, because I've not really had the inspiration for Sims, and I just kind of wanted to just do anything to kind of take my mind off of it. And I think that's kind of why I got into Fortnite. So but I am trying to do more Sims. I think I'm streaming tonight, so Sunday, which you'll miss it by the time this video comes out. But I think I'm streaming tonight, and I think I'll be streaming Sims. But I don't know. I'm stressing that I'm not gonna have enough time because after this video, after doing this, I still need to edit it, like edit the like this voiceover over top of the video. Still need to do that, which will take me about half an hour ish. I still need to like export it, upload it to YouTube. I need to make thumbnails for this video and the video from Wednesday. So if that hasn't got a thumbnail on, you know why. I still also need to make dinner. I still need to pack my stuff. I still need to tidy things and like, oh, I just don't know. I don't know. And I might have a quick shower as well if I have time, but because my hair's not greasy, it's actually fine. It just looks greasy because my hair's so thin now. You're welcome for that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna bother getting. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get streaming. Not even if I'm gonna bother. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to stream. But it'll be a shame. It will be a shame. I was also hoping to do a video, kind of like a sit and build me video, because in the video that came out on Wednesday, what even was that video again? I've completely forgot what that was. Oh, renovating Del Sol Valley, the tiny apartments, the first episode in that series, if I ever get around to doing other ones. In that one, I said that I wanted to do like more build along videos with me, so I actually just sit and build as opposed to just sitting and talking about a build I did like weeks ago or months ago. And I was really hoping I'd have time to do like just like a 30-minute, pretty much almost unedited, like sit and chat and build with me sort of video. Just build anything random, just so I can get something out there. Kind of give myself half an hour to 45 minutes to do the build and tour it and stuff, and then it won't take much to edit. It would just be kind of like cutting out really lengthy gaps between doing things, kind of make it feel like a stream. I kind of thought I could do that, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time. So back to the video a little bit. There's me kind of set up the schedule. I really didn't do too much on that. I did have a lot more on there, but I cut it all out just because I didn't want to have all of it in there because you can't really see what I'm doing. So there is a custom schedule to this, and unlike businesses and hobbies where the lot you have to like the business belongs to the sim and not the lot, the schedule belongs to the lot and not the sim. So you can set the schedule for the lot, put it on the gallery, and when you download it off the gallery, it will have the schedule already there. So I'm pretty sure I did it a little bit kind of backwards. So obviously it's a stargazing thing, so they're going to be awake all night when it's dark. So they go to bed at like 6 a.m. And I think they're up at like 2, and then they kind of have like lunch and they do like some self-care things. There's like in the little community hall thing that I'm furnishing just now, there's like a little reading area, there's some like a little party area. It's a couple guitars, a record player, oh excuse me, a couple guitars, a record player, and like the little like party lights from the party essentials kit, just to kind of make it like a little dance floor sort of thing. There is also a buffet table. You know what, I should have put a bar in here. Oh, I didn't think about putting a bar in here until now, damn it. But there is a buffet table, so there's no kitchen, but there is a buffet table. But I am pretty sure though you have to stock that yourself, so it's going to cost you like 200 simoleons to stock up food, which is a shame. There is though in the like in the staff cabin tent thing, there is like a little mini kitchenette in there, so you don't have to pay for all of that. Or you could pay for it one time, put it all in the fridge, and just go and get leftovers. You should be able to do that. I'm pretty sure there's a mini fridge in there. I'm sure they have a kitchenette in there and a computer in there as well. But I wanted this to look kind of like cozy, where they just taken some things from like they've you know had things donated to them. It's all very rustic and restored. So some layered carpets in there. I quite like the layered rug look. I think that looks nice. And yeah, just kind of like the little community hub with there's like a fake reception desk for if you need a computer for things. A couple bookshelves, and just a kind of party-ish area. That's kind of all that is. So there's not much else for your Sims to do here apart from that, so have fun. Outside, there's a massive stargazing area. There's a telescope for each cabin. I think there's 6 telescopes in total. I could be wrong. Probably am. No, I think there's 5. There's 5 telescopes in total then. And each one of them has slightly something different. So there's a couple barbecues on them. There's like some little outdoor heater, like space heater thingies. They're like the big tower heaters, if you don't know what they are. Like they're quite common in like UK beer gardens, I think. But that's what those like big tower things are, the little heaters. There's also like just some folding chairs, and yeah, just it's kind of varied because you'd bring in your own stuff. Like I feel like the resort would, or the retreat would have their own telescopes. They'd provide a telescope for you because it'd be a bit weird if they didn't. So a basic telescope, But if you wanted to bring your own one, you could, and then you obviously bring your own camping chairs and tables and things like that. So the heater and the telescope is there, the barbecue is already there. Like, not everyone has a barbecue, but some people do. And the rest of it is you kind of bring yourself. So I kind of made them all a little bit unique. I really wanted like some outdoor rugs, but we don't really have anything apart from like a few of the ones that I did just pull out there. We don't really have any outdoor rugs, which kind of sucks. I kind of want just like some like bamboo mat looking things, you know, but there's not really a thing for that, so that's unfortunate. But I think I've already put it out as well. In between, yeah, it's already there. So in between this bit and the tents at the back, there's like a little small campfire ground. I do end up kind of putting that all within like trees and landscaping to kind of make it like a bit of a hidden bit. But you know, I really like this. I would love to go to a place like this, like I said, and I think I will bring my sim here if I ever need to do that. I kind of need, I want to start a new family. Like, it's been so long since I've played any of my current families that I just don't really care for the storyline anymore. It's not even that I don't care, it's just that like I haven't played it so long that I have no idea what I was even doing anymore. I don't know what my plan was anymore. Or like I'm not in the mood to do that plan anymore. I did start a recent one a couple months ago now. I say recent, it is kind of recent, but not really. And that was like that was after Enchanted by Nature came out, because they're based in, I can't remember what the world is called, but they're based in that world. And it's a nice house I built, and I kind of did a storyline of like a tattoo artist because I hadn't played a tattoo artist in ages. So I did all that, and now I've kind of just gotten bored with it, and I kind of play a little bit and then I start decorating the house again. Like I can't be bothered, and I'm a bit bored of The Sims now as well. I kind of wish I went different directions with them, so I'm like, I might just like start a new family again, and maybe I'll do like an astronomy featured one, because like I said, I'm heavily into that at the moment. I was out recently to try and get like some long exposures and stack pictures together of Orion's belt, and I did actually get a pretty good picture. I'll put it on the screen now if you are interested in it. But I did end up getting that, and I was really happy with it because you can just about see the Flame Nebula, and the Horsehead Nebula is very, very faint in that one, but the Flame Nebula is a lot more kind of front and center. And I'm impressed that I managed to capture that. It's only my third time really going out and capturing things properly. So I was really, really impressed with myself that I managed to even get the hint of the Horsehead and as much of the Flame that I did, because they're not necessarily the hardest to capture, but considering I'm a complete noob and I've no idea what I'm doing, I was very, very happy with myself. And yeah, so I've been getting into that a lot more recently, which is kind of what made me want to do this in the first place, but also because if I was going to do any sort of retreat, this is kind of what I would want to do. I don't really care for the boarding school, because the boarding schools don't really work as you would hope they would. I don't really care for like a daycare. I don't really care for, I think a retirement home could be fun. I still might do a retirement home. But they just don't really work how I would have expected them to. I mean, they do, but they don't. So it's just a lot of playing pretend, and I can't be bothered with that. So I'm just like, nah, I'm kind of good. So that's kind of why I'm not really into this pack. There's also like a whole other things with the build by menu, like the windows and the doors having different styles, and then like all of the flooring and stuff and the walls being like wooden flooring on walls. Or actually, we've only got like the one floor, actually, I think, haven't we? We have the one wooden floor, one stone floor. And then all the decor is like all the actual like build mode stuff, like all of the, what does it say, the buy stuff, should I say? All of that stuff is just so rustic, and we've already got so much of that, and I just feel like it doesn't really go, and I find it quite disappointing, this pack. There are some things that I really like in it. Like I actually do love the wooden floor. I love the fact that we have the wooden floor, the matching stairs, the matching foundation, the matching platform trim. I actually really like that. But the rest of it I just kind of find a little bit lackluster. So yeah, it's not my favorite pack, and I haven't really played with it at all. I don't really care for retreats. Like I said, my Sims don't tend to go anywhere. I've been trying to change that. I have been trying to make them go out on dates and go to like little vacations and things, but I don't know, retreats just don't really feel like something that I would really do. But I think I would do something like this. I would never do the British Bake Off one that they've got, or the Love Island one that they've already preset and stuff in. But I would be curious to know what kind of retreats you've been building or using, because I don't know, I'm kind of stuck in the I have no idea how to use this pack, which is why I haven't used it sort of mindset right now. But I would love to actually try and use it and see if I would like it more. But I don't know. I'm just waiting for the next pack already, because there's been a couple kits that have come out which I haven't had a chance to play with yet, which is a shame because I've not had the money to buy them. So I'll probably put some videos up for them in December, but maybe, probably not, actually, knowing me. Don't hold me to that. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next pack and seeing what we get for the next one. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that is basically the speedboard done. I've not really talked about the build at all, and I'm so sorry about that. But you know, that is the speedboard done. Just going through and refining some finer details. So I will load up the game and we will have a tour. Okay, so just to show you where the lot actually is, it's up here in this corner up here. It says Hothead Rock Hideaway. I don't know what it was originally. I don't remember at all, so sorry about that. But it's just up there. It's the biggest lot in this world, I guess, and I think it's a good location for it as well. So this is what it looks like when it's all finished. All the trees and everything. It's quite busy, and I was trying to be quite mindful of not having trees where all the telescopes and stuff are pointing. Especially this like telescope platform. Wow, I could not say that at all. So this is where your Sims will spawn in. So this bit is completely empty on purpose. I could have put a bench in here, but doesn't matter. There's like a little sign of just like different areas where you can go, like I imagine like hut 1 and 2 over here and like blah blah over there. Like that's what I imagine. You go through this bit to get to the front desk. So this is where like this is meant to be the front desk. So this is the little yurt thing. The only thing that's annoying is that the round roofing is just kind of buggy. So but yeah, so this is where this is. I imagine this is like, I don't know, stargazery. This is what we do here. So inside the yurt here, this is the front desk. There is just a laptop here, so if you simply need access to a computer, that's there. I put this little fireplace into this post, and I think that's quite fun because you can pretend that this is like a chimney. It's definitely not, obviously, but I like that. I didn't use the one from the pack. I feel like the one from the pack would have been good, but it didn't. I liked the tube. I like the, it's not an exhaust, the chimney flume, I guess. I like that a bit more to add into this, so it looked a bit less random. We have the buffet table over here and just some seating areas. This is like the little party thing. This is the party light, so when you have this down, it will like have kind of sparkly light things on the floor. So it's kind of like a little disco-ish area, but like off the grid, you know. And then over here we've got the kind of sitting area. So there's no TV here, unfortunately, obviously, because we're kind of off the grid. It's not off the grid, but it might as well be. You can go out this way, or I'll bring you around this way to the first cabin. So there's a couple of benches and stuff. There is also lighting out here, just not a lot. I wanted to keep it kind of dark still. So there is some lighting along the trees and the landscaping and stuff. So this is tent number 1. They're all different colours. It doesn't really matter which one's which, but this is the first one that I did actually show you, so I'm not going to go into this too much, but essentially this is what it looks like. So you've got the bed and table, a couple of chairs, a chest of drawers, and then this is like a little utility appliance thing, and it's got a kettle on it. So this item came with the pack, which I think is so fun. It's such a B&B thing, like some cups, some tea, coffee, milk, some stirrers. I love that item a lot. So that kind of sells the idea of the tea and coffee. There is a bin in all of these cabins, and there's also this picture frame, because I imagine that this would be like a map of the campground. So it's like, you know how if you go to a hotel, they've always got like the fire safety route. I imagine that's what that would be, as well as just a couple of flags. I tried to keep things hanging off the walls, like to a minimum. So I imagine this stuff would maybe be like pinned on. Apart from that, would maybe be actually kind of reinforced in a little bit. And the mirror's like the only other exception to that. The mirror and obviously these would just be like velcroed on, I imagine. And then through here we just have a really simple bathroom. I didn't decorate this at all. I just kind of left it as it is, mainly because I don't think it would be that decorated because it's a tent, but also to trying to keep like the item count down, because if you did want to play with this, there's a lot of stuff going on, obviously. So but yeah, this has got a bath mat, toilet, sink, just very basic stuff. There is a little picnic area under here if you wanted to have a picnic and woohoo. There's a little woohoo spot, just kind of off the trail. Following up the path there, this is the honeymoon suite, which I also decorated, but I spoke nothing about during the build, so I'll give you a proper tour anyway. This is the little honeymoon cabin in here. So in here you've got the bed, which is just got like this under here. Just a bit of extra lighting. I didn't really want the bed to be front and center, so I thought this is a good medium for like, you know, middle ground for having the bed still there but having it quite open and a little bit of obstruction in front of there. But I mean, if people walk past and you're doing the deed, there's no curtains, they're gonna see you doing it. They have their own little sitting area over here, and they have their tea kettle over here as well. This is a very red room, the other one is very blue. Over here they have a little dressing area, the obviously chest of drawers, mirror, bin, and they have a little ottoman because this area looked quite empty, so I thought I'd do the little ottoman here. And their bathroom is through here, so this is the only one with the shower. No one else has a shower, this one does. They have a shower tucked away in the corner there, that should still work fine. Bath there, toilet, sink, mirror, and rug. So that's kind of that one. And then I did a nice little detail for this one too under here. I didn't like the way that the roof for the slanted bit was looking, so I put like glass roof there instead of walls, but then I just did some beams to kind of make it make sense, and that way this makes sense as well because it hangs off of the beams, and then inside the bathroom they actually have like a light that's hanging down from the beams, so that's just some fences being drawn. But I like that room as well. That's very nice, if I do say so myself. Over here we have the darker one. This is like a dark green tent. This is very similar to the first one. It's kind of tricky to show you this because of all the beams and the trees everywhere, but this is more of a green theme. Obviously, they've got the kettle over here. They've got a couple extra chairs. I tried varying the chairs that they had in each different ones. They didn't all have the same chair. So this got like a little stool as well as that. And I imagine they could take this out with them when they're doing the stargazing. Chest of drawers, mirror, a little bit decorative stuff. That doesn't actually serve a purpose, but I just thought it, I don't know, maybe that's their luggage they brought in. I don't know. And the bathrooms are the exact same, so I'm probably not going to show you the bathroom in every single one. But yeah, this is just a little bit different, this one. Just a different colour, different layout. The most different one is the next one, I think. This is the staff one. So this I feel like would have been like, that would have flapped down and like be part of it, but it's obviously standing up. So this one is very, very different. It's sideways and it's centered on. So you come into this one and they have got a little kitchenette. So like I said, they've got a microwave, a mini fridge and the coffee station. So if you wanted to stock the buffet, you can, I think you can click and drag that stuff or just put away the leftovers and bring it into this fridge. So you can do that, or you can just use this in general to make some food instead, get quick meals and things. So they have that. They also have like the little wardrobe here just by the front door. They have 2 bunk beds. So one bunk bed with 2 beds on it. So one for each kind of staff member. End table, and they have a small little desk area as well with a little laptop on it, so they could do their own work or like log daily things or whatever. And then yeah, bathroom the exact same again. And then lastly out here we've got this little orange tent. I say little, they're all the same size, but you know what I mean, little orange tent in here. This one's quite similarly laid out. This has 2 double beds though, so it's not 2 single beds, not 1 double bed. So 2 single beds pushed together, because again, you could, if you're staying here as like sisters or something or siblings, push the bed to the other side, put the end table in between it. You could do that, that's fine. They have their little sitting area there and the changing area, tea, whatever, blah blah blah, all that stuff, bathroom. So that's a bit of a different one. It's still very similar though to the other ones. It's just, you know, a little bit less space in the beds because it's 2 single beds. But that feels very realistic to me as having 2 single beds. And then you come over here, actually go back to this path. Here's the little campground area, and this actually has, I love this item. So this is like a separate item, which is like a campfire cooking thing. And I love that because I think it just looks really cool. So you light the campfire, you can start cooking things on that. I think it's a really cool item. I'm surprised we haven't got anything else like that before, but it's really, really cool. So you can also cook things over here instead of using the buffet. There's plenty of options for you, as well as the regular barbecues around. There's a small little like desired dirt path through there because I imagine people would cut across here quite often. But yeah, you can go all the way around here, and this is how you get to the actual kind of stargazing area. So all of these little pieces, they kind of just bring their own stuff. So this, like, you know, this is probably their own telescope. And actually, I did say that, actually. I said that this would be their own telescope when I was building it, because it looks a bit fancier, and maybe this is what the telescope is in. So they brought their own one. Other people, though, this is kind of like already set up for them, like the telescope and the table and the grill, and they kind of brought their own chair. These ones over here, same sort of thing. The heat is already set up, so is the telescope. They bring their own cooler and stuff. Again, it's always just slightly different. Same colours apart from that one. That's the fancy telescope. Just, you know, a few little different things. There's plenty of options for where you can go, and you can actually just use these to stargaze. This might actually also be really interesting because you might get a lot of Sims dying when you come here to do this. Because if you're like out here, and it's like, oh my god, you need to get inside, you have a bit of distance to go no matter which way you need to go. Like, that's probably the closest one, unless you're like right here, you can get there quite quickly. But could you imagine how many people might die doing this? That'd be really funny. I think that'd be hilarious. There's also a little bridge over here. My sister actually recommended doing this, and I was like, oh my god, that's a great idea. So a little bridge to get across here. So if you're in either one of these 2 cabins, you don't have to walk so far to get around. And I imagine this one would just be like walking across here. So it's a little bit just easier access. And I think it just looks really nice. I think it made the lake look a lot nicer, to be honest. And then just up this little trail up here, we've then got an actual observatory. So you can get, I think you can get like picture prints just from this alone. A little stargazing area. There are plenty of benches because with couples in The Sims, you can click on these benches and do stargaze with, and you'll see the couples sitting on the benches and like looking up at the stars and doing all that stuff. So there's quite a few benches dotted around. There's one here. There's one over here. I think there's one, yeah, there's one here, and I think there's a last one just over here. So there's quite a few different places where they can do that. But yeah, this is basically the whole retreat. I really, really like it. I'll quickly look at the schedule preset for you. So it is already labeled there. So let's do from when they get up. So they get up at 2 and they'll have lunch. So they sleep until from 6 a.m. to 2. They wake up at 2 and have lunch. And in that time, they'll do some self-care. Is that, can I see that? Yeah, they'll do some self-care, but they'll also have lunch. And the staff basically all the time are cleaning, doing home chores, fixing objects, and self-care so they can take care of themselves. You kind of need to do cleaning and home chores together because they don't really do well with just the one. Cleaning is cleaning dirty objects and putting things away like books and stuff, and then doing home chores is doing the trash, mopping puddles, cleaning, like, you know, doing that sort of stuff. So it is slightly different. 5 p.m. they have free time, so they'll just kind of do what they need to do, and then in that time they'll also do like listening to some music. They'll do some self-care, playing some instruments, and also dancing. So that's where the little like community bit in the middle comes in, because they're waiting for it to get dark, right? Like, it doesn't get dark until about 8 o'clock in The Sims. So 8 o'clock they start using the telescopes. The sun will be going down enough, so I imagine that's when they're starting to calibrate the telescopes, just because that you need to calibrate and like, you know. So that's what they'll be doing. So the main objective is use the telescopes and observatories. But they'll also do some stargazing, regular stuff, and also use a campfire. So that's cute. They'll use the campfires around a little bit as well. And then at 11 o'clock they have dinner, so that'll be that. Then they'll also come out to do moon bathing, because I thought that'd be quite fun to do a bit of moon bathing. Using the campfire still, self-caring still, and playing some instruments if they want to. So they have a couple of hours to do that. Then at 2 a.m. again they start using the telescope. So again, moon bathing, stargazing, telescopes. And then at 6 a.m. they go to sleep. So that's all that they do, is just sleep. So I think that's quite a simple like roster, I think. I don't know. Again, I haven't play tested this. I assume it will work. I don't know if it will work, but I assume it will. And like I said, there are plenty of spaces. So there's 2 beds in each. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as well as the camp. Not the camp, it's not the camp, as well as the staff members. So there's technically room for 10 people to sleep here, obviously, but you've got the 2 staff members. And I don't know, I just really, really like this retreat. I just think it looks really good. If I do say so myself, I just think it came out exactly kind of how I planned it to. And I will use it eventually. I just haven't got around to using it yet. So, you know, it's just, it will get used at some point. That is it from me for this video anyway. So thank you guys for chilling with me and just vibing and ranting along with me and just yapping. I for a second then thought I wasn't recording. I was about to cry. But thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Let me know again what you are using Adventure Awaits for. Like, what retreats are your Sims going on? What retreats are you building? Are you doing anything kind of really different from what everyone else is doing? Because I'd love to know, because I really want to see if I can give this pack a proper chance. But I don't know. I'm hard to get out of the opinions I've already got. I do find it tricky to do that, so I don't know. We'll see. But thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's that first day of first grade. That cute girl, your third day. That backpack, that snapback you've had since the 3rd grade. The first time you got laid. The worst time you got played. It hurt, but you're okay. You learn from your mistakes. Your friends back in high school. We thought we were so cool. We'd steal Jack, my dad's stash, and drink the whole